Okay.
All right, so you just wanted to make sure that the people knew that both of y'all were hitting each other up. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was striking back.
It was mutual.
Ain't no shame in my game. I was striking back.
Yeah. So, y'all, you ended up going back to hometown, right?
Oh, uh-huh.
Yeah, so she came back to visit. I think you were staying with Titi Angela.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, hey, you want to hang out? And I was like, yeah, why not? Yeah. But, no expectations.
No expectations, right.
This is friendship, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay. I've healed. I've uncrumpled myself. I got wrinkles, but I'm uncrumpled, right?
Oh, my God.
I made it out of the trash can. I'm self-aware.
Yeah.
And so she come over and we're watching TV. I forgot what we were watching, but we were just.
We were watching a Versus. Was it Bobby Brown or somebody?
I cannot remember, but that was a train wreck. Bobby Brown let me down.
Yeah,
Pause.
How do you lose against a drunk Keith Sweat?
Wait,
we
how
were
did-
watching the
this?
Versus.
Bobby and Keith Sweat.
That was
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
the very first verses.
Yeah, that's what it was. We were
What?
watching the
He
Versus.
played no New Edition songs. He played
I'm
half
about
the
to
Bobby
research
album,
this.
half the Don't Be
Oh,
Cruel
no, there's
album.
no reason to look at it. It was
Oh
horrible.
no,
It
I
was
think it
trash.
would be very entertaining though.
Oh,
yeah,
it was
right.
entertaining.
What the expectation is.
Keith Sweat was sweating.
He was
and
sweating.
He
Oh
had
my
a drink in
God.
his hand the
The
whole
whole
time.
time.
Oh my goodness.
The whole time.
Nobody except middle of the
Nobody.
chorus.
He
Yep.
was doing that little shaking the leg, you know,
I did not see this. Oh my.
like a drunk uncle.
And Bobby had the same jaw he had on that Ja Rule video.
Do you know? I mean, and I know this is not about that. I did not know what he was talking about all that time with Bobby Brown, with that.
If you watch the
on
Ja
Ja
Rule
Rule's video.
Thug Lovin' video, is it Thug Love?
Yeah.
First
Yeah.
half, he was sober. He was dancing. His pop locking was on point.
Really?
Second
Yeah.
half of the video, when they're on the roof, that jaw was in that lip. It's
it-
numb from
it's
certain
like
scheduled
this.
narcotics,
Right.
allegedly.
Allegedly.
And Bobby's a little sluggish, and he looks like he's on the moon,
Right.
for lack of a better term.
I thought he was being extra because he know I love Bobby Brown. Like,
Oh, really?
I love Bobby Brown.
Do
And so
you?
I do. And so when I had to watch the video, that was kind of recently, like months ago. I shot a clip on YouTube, and I was like, oh my God, like he was for real.
I mentioned the Bobby Brown jaw.
Yeah, the
Which
Bobby
is
Brown guy. That's what
Like,
it was.
yo,
Yeah,
dude's
that's what it
high
was.
off cocaine,
I
and
was
he's
like,
got the
no,
Bobby
he's
Brown
not.
jaw, and he's like, what is that?
I
I'm
was
like,
no,
you
he's
know.
not. I'm over here. No,
That's
he's
so
not.
funny.
Now,
Yeah, he proved
every
me
single
wrong.
time I see that, I'm be like, hey,
You have got to watch.
Watch
Y'all
the
gotta
first
watch
half
it.
of the video,
Y'all gotta
Yeah.
watch
and
it.
then watch the second half of the
The
video.
way I'm just gonna be watching people's jaws though.
for real.
I'm like,
Thank you.
mhm.
I'm already
Okay.
people watching.
That is so funny.
Okay, so
Okay, so
Expectations.
we're watching the verses. We're
Right,
watching. We're doing most of the talking until a song comes on that we
Right,
both
right,
like, right? And so she's sitting over there on my other couch, and I said, "Let me throw this little fish out here in the bait just to see what happens. Let me liven this conversation up. You look like you want to come sit over here." And she said, "Don't mind if I do." She plops up.
There you go.
And she
Being
plops
extra.
down.
He love being extra. Go
She
ahead.
accepted. She accepted. And so she gets comfortable. She starts leaning on me.
Oh.
You weren't leaning on
Do
me?
I have the? Don't make me pull out the video
Oh.
because
I'm
you-
going to get to that part.
Oh,
I'm going to
okay.
get to that part.
Okay, because I was not. I was sitting just like this.
She eventually leaned on me. She came and sat next to me, and she got comfortable, and she was facing like you are to me. And so I'm playing Music Soul Child, So Beautiful,
Oh.
right?
Okay.
And me, I'm singing along, whether I'm good or terrible.
right.
And it was
I'm
terrible.
right there with you.
And I'm singing. And this thing right here was secretly recording me singing Music Soul Child in the sanctity of my home.
I would like to see this video. You
I
have to
just
show
have
us
it.
afterwards.
She has about 30 of them.
Oh. Okay.
And so we that day ended, right? And so she left, and the next morning I'm starving. I don't feel like cooking. So where do I go? Old Waffle House.
Mm-hmm.
So she calls me and she's like, "What you up to?" I'm about to go eat breakfast.
She called
I
me,
ain't
she
doing.
called
You
me.
did call me.
Okay.
I mean that's just the fact. I'm not trying to make it one way or the other. I'm just telling you. if the truth falls one way on the scale, it just happens to fall heavy on that side.
Pull my records. Go ahead.
You know what happened last time you pulled out your records?
Go ahead.
She was proved wrong. And so I'm on my way to Waffle House. I'm like, hey, I'm on my way to Waffle House to get some breakfast. Did I have a mirror with me? No. So I'm driving to go get some breakfast. So she decides, oh, can I join? I'm like, sure, come on. Well, okay. Based on her response, let me retract that statement. I cannot recall specifically if I invited her or if she asked to come.
I would never invite myself anywhere.
Long story short, we end up at the Waffle House.
Okay.
Eating breakfast together. And so, Waffle House gone, she comes back. And so I think the next week after the Waffle House, I think that's what closed the deal.
Okay.
So bear with me now.
Okay.
That's why I brought up Waffle House.
Okay.
Everybody loves Waffle House.
I've never been, but
You're missing out.
What?
She not from here.
I'm not.
Get that good All-Star.
The All-Star.
That All-Star. All right, so I think it's either the next weekend or 2 weekends after that. We're talking. I think we have a conversation. Now, at this point, after she comes back and sees us, we're talking a little bit more frequently.
Okay.
Maybe once, maybe twice a week-ish, something like that, give or take. Put whatever standard deviation you want in there.
Okay.
What?
More than that, but okay.
My mirror.
All I heard was getting back in routine. That's what I hear.
Yeah. That's it.
Okay.
She was slow walking me with that reel.
Oh, so you cast it out, but
I
she's the
found
one
out
really
later
knew
that
it.
she casted it.
Oh.
She was subliminally
That's
casting the worm, and or carrot, and
That's why I don't tell you nothing no more.
because I'm gonna tell it. And so, on a whim, I think it was summer school or something going on like that. She was working summer school, and summer schools there's no Friday. It's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And so she's like, hey, I would come to Monroe, but I ain't got nowhere to stay. I said, well, my door's always open. That's what happened. So on a whim for the planner who needs to have all the details, she just ups and comes to Monroe. Just because we going to hang out. And then she says, don't think you're going to get none just because I'm coming down there staying with you. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. Am I on point?
That part.
I make sure. Got to check with you because you quick to interrupt.
I'm trying to work on that.
I got to check the quality assurance along the way.
Right.
And so we're having conversations. So I set up the air mattress of the other room, wherever she felt comfortable at. I was getting that all arranged and stuff. You know how us men do. We get a woman kind of we clean the whole house.
I didn't know an air mattress was waiting on me.
I was gonna offer that as an option.
Oh, okay.
Like whatever your comfort level was, I was going to accommodate.
Okay.
Because I had no expectations.
Right.
And so we end up, hey, I forgot. She said she was comfortable enough to sleep in the same bed. And again, no expectations, right? And so we end up having in-depth conversations like we before I was crumpled.
Right.
But now I'm uncrumpled, but I got the wrinkles.
Right.
With no expectations. And so we talked about the last time that we had the conversation about how she felt like she wasn't ready and she wasn't at the point where she needed to be.
The crumpling.
The crumpling.
Okay.
Don't say that.
Why not?
And I'm on point with
He
story
think
time.
it's funny when he says crumple.
It makes it memorable.
I mean, it's visual too. Yeah. Like,
See?
just
I'm a lyricist on this mic in this podcast field. I'm like Scarface reincarnated on the podcast.
It's gonna be a new term out there.
Right, go ahead.
People gonna be out there. Oh, you got crumble.
Right.
I'm
A
just
whole new thing.
I'm healing from my crumbling.
I'm going to
season.
trademark that
I know,
tomorrow.
right?
And I'm merch coming soon in about 3
There we
months.
go.
Crumpled or uncrumpled?
I'm wrinkled, but I'm still good.
Give me my credit.
Healed and wrinkled,
Give me my
wrinkled and healed. I mean, we could do some shirts now. I think
I'm not
we
playing.
can do it.
Let this thing take off and go
For real.
viral. Watch me.
You have a shirt. You have a piece of paper on it, and I have an iron.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Aha.
okay.
Aha. He whooped Joe Lewis's ass. Oh, can we cuss? Can we?
I guess so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, say whatever.
I love the quote, "Coming to America in Harlem Nights." So pardon me if I
Oh,
deviate.
okay. Very good.
Where was I?
Deep conversation.
Yeah, we're having deep conversations, and
Right.
before you know it, those emotions and that connection, chemistry, and attraction started seeping out,
Yeah.
and then the box just blew open. Boom! Oh man, here we are,
Right.
feeling the same feelings. Not that we talked about anything or agreed to anything
Yeah.
at that point, but you can tell that's why I fell head over heels for this person.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wow.
You want to add anything before I continue?
No, dear. I think you have all the bases covered.
I sure do. I got you, babe. I got you.
She said, "No, dear."
And so now it's getting ready time for her to leave.
Yeah.
And no expectations, right? And so she brings up the ideal. I think it was that last morning in bed. She thinks we're having the conversation about, hey, maybe we should give this thing a start. Maybe we should engage this ideal about us in a relationship.
Okay.
Right.
What?
Am I
That
off?
was before I left?
Yeah. Remember I had to throw you off me?
Yeah, but I didn't think it was that conversation. Go ahead.
No, it was that same conversation. It was that
Okay.
morning. It was that morning.
Yeah, throw me off.
Yeah. Well, hold on. Let me get to that part. I'm gonna
Interested, like,
just as
Alright.
much as I've thrown you under the bus, I will throw myself at the sake of entertainment.
That's a sake of entertainment.
Content over everything. All right. So we're having that conversation,
Yeah.
and me, I'm a little crumpled. I'm a little gun shy. I'm like Brett Favre that been hit
You're right.
blindsided. I ain't gonna pull the trigger just so I say, hey, let's be friends and ease into this thing, because I don't want to, you should have an emotional event and then I get re-crumpled and then I got extra wrinkles on me.
Yeah.
I think it was not for us to get in a relationship right then. The conversation was about us going back to, go to that, towards that direction.
That's what I said, dear.
Just say it a little differently than I would, but go ahead.
No, am I communicating off? Was that the sentiment I didn't give off?
To me, you're making it seem like I was asking you.
No, I
to be
said
in a
we had the
relationship.
we had the conversation about going on there, and I was emphasizing let's take it slow and be friends and move towards that direction. Am I off? Because I want to make sure you're good on your side of it, right?
That's fine.
Then if that's fine, then what is good for you? What would you qualify as good?
I just need you to tell all of it.
I may not remember all of it. You got a mic too, baby.
No, I ain't making it seem like I was just chasing him.
I didn't say that.
That's how you come off, and I was not.
Am I coming off that way as
So
she's
I
chasing
think
me?
this is how I'm interpreting it. By the time you guys are ready to leave, there was a discussion on should we look at the possibility of starting
Talking
this up
more
again.
frequently,
Uh-huh.
yes, about
Okay.
starting
That's
it back up.
That's how I interpreted
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
said we had the conversation.
Right.
Okay.
You good?
I still want to know why he was pushing you off of you.
I'm
Pushing you off
gonna
of
get
him.
to that.
I'm
I'm gonna get
waiting
to
for
that.
this.
I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna get to that.
Okay.
And so we've had those conversations, and because I was a little gun shy, I was like, let me ease back into this thing because last thing I need is another heartbreak.
Yeah.
Right, putting myself out there so fast again.
All right, real fast.
Go ahead.
Were you on that same page in your mindset and thinking, or were you like, okay, I've healed enough to go ahead and continue in maybe a faster pace to that?
Yes, because what was not mentioned was that months before that, I actually did go to therapy, and I was able to uncover like why I reacted the way that I reacted.
Oh, okay.
And not only that, I learned like, hey, you are good enough for somebody to be there for you in that instance. Like you don't have to be perfect. So that was a lot that that I worked on before we even started back conversing.
Okay.
So
you cannot leave that stuff.
I'm about to say interject with information like this.
He
This
was
Right.
telling us.
This is my first time hearing this. How am I know to put this in the
I
story?
did tell you about it.
I don't remember.
Oh God. Okay.
I would have
that's
said
why
it if
I-
I would have.
But no, that's why I felt comfortable enough being able to move forward because, you know, you can't just, okay, it's going to be all good. It was like, no, I need to know the why, the who, the what,
Right.
Okay.
you know, everything. So,
Okay.
That's beautiful.
That is. I love it.
Yeah, and so that conversation, we had a clear understanding of expectations, where we were going to go, how fast we were going to move, right? And so when it was time for her to leave, I had helped pack the bags, all that stuff like that. And we were finna embrace and hug. And boy, then when I tell you, when I touched this woman that day, the emotional floodgates just opened.
Yeah.
And it was overwhelming.
Really?
Emotionally and physically. Like, I wanted this woman.
Yeah.
She's mine. It's destined.
Yeah.
All that friend stuff I was talking about, my emotions kicked me in the stomach and just said, you don't know what you're talking about. Shut up.
Yeah.
Right.
And it was so bad that I was so overwhelmed that to respect her boundaries and to respect the fact of expectations
Conversation that y'all
that we've
That y'all
had,
just had.
I had to throw her off of me.
Ah.
I had to be like, get back, because I'm going to be on you even further
Yeah.
than I am.
Yeah.
And I'm going to want to
Yeah.
be real intimate at this point.
Yeah.
So I had to get her off me just for the sake that I wanted to keep my word,
Okay.
about no expectations.
Right. Right.
And so she was like, what the hell are you doing? That's what I said.
didn't know what was going on.
Right.
Because we were outside. My car was warming up or whatever. And how
We were next to the bed. Like, we were inside before you left. Yes.
No, because I remember
No,
looking
that was
back,
the second
you-
time we hugged.
Okay, well, the second time, that's what I recall. And you, like, went in the house, and I was just like,
Well, no.
"Dang,
The
that was
first
fast."
time I had to, like, get up off, like, we hugged, and I had to, like, just...
Okay, well, I didn't notice the first time. It was the second time. I was like, what?
Well, no, we felt the love again when, the sparks started going.
okay.
Kapow.
So the first time is more memorable to you.
Yes,
The
because...
second time is more memorable to you.
Yes, because I was like, I didn't even get to see his face. You know, he just went in the house.
Yeah.
And that, he told me after the fact. That
Okay.
I had to get away from this woman because the
Yeah.
attraction was too strong. It'd have been like one of those big giant magnets. You finna drive back to Houston?
I'm coming with you.
I can't even leave now. I'm right here. The positive and negative is connected.
Right,
Like,
right.
And so at that point in my mind, I was like, who the hell am I kidding?
Right.
Talking about, wait. I fooled myself on that one. The lie I told to myself.
Yeah.
Right. And so then, I mean, we continued conversating. I don't remember any high points before that. After that. Before you know it, we were just like, who the hell are we kidding?
Yeah.
We're destined. This is us moving forward.
Yeah.
Did I miss anything?
Not that I can recall.
So y'all dated for how long until y'all were like, okay.
From that moment, I guess.
Yeah.
So it is.
What, August?
That's August. I want to say about October. We're discussing marriage,
Okay.
long-term goals, long-term plans, stuff like that. And I want to say, actually, we went looking for rings around November, October.
I think it was before that.
It might have been September, October.
We at the end of September, I could tell it.
Go ahead.
So the end of
Okay.
September,
Yeah.
he just went. I didn't know my ring size.
Right.
Is what happened. So we went.
So
went to
we
one
went
store.
around. Well, we
only went to one store.
So we were gonna go ring sizing, and then
Yeah.
we were going to go to each different stores and see what style of ring
Right.
that she likes.
Okay.
Because it wasn't no intent to get a ring. It was just I'm gonna go to my plug.
Oh.
I'm gonna order for my plug something I can get the
Right.
best
Exactly.
value for them,
Exactly.
and it look
How
good.
I want it. Yep. Exactly.
Yep. When I bought my my little 1 carat blue diamond earrings, my plug got me what I needed at a real reasonable price.
Yeah.
So I
Right.
was going to go to the plug and order that based on what style she wanted, because I didn't want to just choose nothing and it be not something that she
Yeah.
aesthetically wanted or felt pleased about, right?
Yeah.
But go ahead, pick back up.
So we went into the store, Flair Jewelers,
Mm.
and as soon as we walked in, you know, I mean, we weren't even looking around. It was not even 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And I see this ring, and I'm like, oh my God, like, that's it
Yeah.
right there.
And I'm like, that's it. We supposed to be looking. What is you talking about? That's it. I ain't bring my wallet like that to no function like
that's
this.
it. So the lady, she unlocked the cabinet and let me try it on everything. We went outside with the ring, like, oh my God, is this?
Yeah,
It
yeah.
looks so good or whatever. And I'm like, this.
Let me
is it.
let me pause you. While she's outside, I'm with the man, and he's over there. He's like, and I can see the glisten
Right.
off
Oh.
this ring,
Yep.
Yeah.
and it is nothing I've ever seen before.
Oh, wow.
Shine like that I've personally dealt with and seen.
The North Star.
And I'm like, oh my God, it is bright. And this, I'm like, he's like, you in trouble. I'm like, this is your last stop. I said, you're right. I'm like, and so what she didn't know, I started negotiating prices
Yeah.
before she got back in there.
Oh, wow.
But go ahead.
No, so I was just sold. I mean, I done took pictures with my with it and everything. I'm like, this is the one. This is the one. And so we come back in, and I told him, you know, I just told him, this is the ring. That's it. I don't want anything else. And he was just like, so you don't want to go anywhere? I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Like, it's my size, everything. Like, that's
wow.
it. Like, I am sold. And so we were trying. I think I remember him saying what the guy was saying, like, oh, you have to pay. Well, you have to pay in cash, like pay for it in
Well,
cash.
no.
or
So
something like that.
I asked him what was the price. He said it was like $7,000.
Yeah.
And he said, well, you know, I could probably, I said, what would you take in brown paper bag money?
Cash. Cash.
That's
talks.
literally what I said. He said,
Cash talks.
so I can do 5. I said, okay. And I said, what would this appraise for?
Mm-hmm.
He said, about 10, 3. Sold. And so,
It was more than that.
whatever it was 10 something.
Yeah.
I don't, 10 something. I said, okay, that's the value gap, right?
Right,
so I'm
right.
saving $2,000 with a cash deal. And then,
Yeah.
okay, so if something happens to this ring, we can make some money. Because I'm always thinking business first in some
Right.
realm. And so I slide him a couple hundred. And I say, hold it.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, you put money on it, they can't move it.
I didn't know this.
Oh,
Of course you don't know
learning
this.
something
I
new.
love how they're
Let's
both
go.
learning something new from each other.
As we learn.
And so it's safe. It's where it's at.
Yeah.
And so I don't have the cash right now on me, right?
Yeah.
And so when I'm not going to do it while she's there, because
Right.
let me walk around the kitchen and be in there a little too long. Babe, where you at? Like, I can't sneak away. I can't go purchase the rest of it. I can't go to the bank without her being on my hip, right? And so I said, I got to wait this out. That's why I put
Yeah.
the 200 down in there. Let me wait till I'm free and clear. And so on the side, I develop real estate and I build residential homes.
Right.
So I had just hit a deal. I had just cashed out on a deal and whatnot. So I had a little bit of reserve. You know, I had an abundance of money that it wasn't going to hurt at all.
Yeah.
Right. So I didn't have to take out my personal funds. And so the next week I went to my banker. I said, hey, give me 5 right now.
Yeah.
And took it out, put it in a little envelope, rode right down the avenue, went to the store.
You didn't get an actual round paper bag.
No.
I mean, I just
It's hard to
based
find
off
them
of what
these
I've
days.
learned from you thus far.
Yeah.
I would have thought you'd have got an actual paper bag.
It's hard to find brown paper bags these days. It's all plastic. And so rolled down. So I settled for the envelope.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And here you go.
Yeah.
He counted it. I said, count it again. Because, you know, when you've dealt with cash before, I make the person count it in front of me to say it's all good. Or you can't come back and say, you shorted me. Nope.
Right,
count it, make sure it's good. He counted again. He says, we're good. And so he writes up the receipts, give me this nice looking box. And they back there again the appraisal. I look at it. Okay, just like he said it would, it's come back. So all that stuff, the warranty, was it a warranty on there? She should know better than me because I gave her the package to be like, here, this is manage that.
I did my job.
And so I kept it.
Yeah.
I stashed it.
Yeah.
And didn't tell me,
and didn't tell her.
Oh, okay.
which I thought was wrong.
Why should it be wrong? When I give it to you is when I give it to you.
That's fine. However, my anxiety was up because I was like, oh, somebody's going to get their ring. Somebody's going to get their ring.
And I said, don't worry about it. Me and him got something worked out. It's not going anywhere.
Okay.
She starts calling the jeweler.
I did not call.
You didn't call the jeweler?
No. I told you I was going to, but I did not.
Oh, okay. And I was like, it's going to be there if you call her, you know. But anyway, so she kept on asking. And I'm like, dog, she getting all in my business. I'm trying to get it to the point where I surprise her. She gets the ring she wants.
Right.
She wants to know every detail along the way.
I don't need to be surprised. I'm the one that picked it out.
But if I say I got it on lock, that's just what it is.
Okay. So one thing about it, my husband likes to take his time when you ask him to do something. And I'm sure most women can relate to that. So when you say I got it, that is your got it whenever you get it, but that don't mean it's on my time. You know.
Whose money was paying for this ring?
It doesn't matter.
Who walk around with $5,000 in paper bag money like that anyway?
So the thing is, it's a month later, 2 months later, and I'm worried about the ring.
Okay.
You know, he could have just simply said, "Hey, I got the ring."
Yeah.
But then that's not.
It limits the effect.
How was it limited effect? I would have been even happier.
Yeah.
You'd have shot your load early on the happiness.
No, I wouldn't have because I picked it out.
You would have screamed like the scream's supposed to come when I ask you to marry me. All the is gone.
And so it sounds like you wanted to do this big surprise.
I wanted to give her what she wanted when she wanted it the way she wanted it.
But the way she wanted it was to know about it.
No, she just knows it like that.
No,
but if she is, that's what she wanted, though, right?
Though.
She doesn't seem like the type.
If I say I got it, is it really a surprise?
See how that feels unsettling.
If I say I don't know, I got to check the seat, then I would understand the anxiety.
So if something similar were to happen again, and y'all talking the same terms y'all talk now, would y'all respond differently because y'all know each other better now? Like if he says in the future, I got it, you like, all right, he got it.
I'm going to say I got it.
Right. So
you would
you still have all that anxiety, or would you like trust him at a different level now because of what y'all went through?
I would, but it would just make me feel better just to know that it's done. Yeah. Like I think that's just women. That's just
now the first couple times she asked me, I hadn't made it there. This was like the next week. Yeah. Like the ring ain't going anywhere. Don't worry about it. He's holding the ring. We talked.
But if another woman walk in, just like I did, you know, like. And you can't say that. Right.
That's why I slid him a deposit.
But you didn't tell me that.
Oh, she didn't know that.
I didn't know anything. Right. So that's where the anxiety was coming from.
If I say don't worry about it, me and him talked. We have an agreement.
I don't trust people.
I get it. So with this first part, what message would you say that you have for us in this very first part of y'all's journey? Yeah,
gotcha. So there's two things actually. And I sought counsel from multiple couples prior to marriage. Yeah. And two things stick out that was not communicated or I felt that would have been more helpful to put in perspective. One was to expand your ability to have patience. Okay. Like it's so critical because you can reach your limit, but you need to expand that limit. Right. And the second thing is be prepared for the amount of work
Yeah.
that it takes to make a marriage work and be successful.
Yeah.
Because that was so undersold when I was reaching out to those guys. Like,
Really?
it vastly exceeded my expectations of the amount of work that was going to be necessary.
Yeah.
Gotcha. That's good.
All right, Jay, what you got for us?
Just as in kind of combination with him, as to what he was speaking of, I think you need that, at least that one couple that you can go to for guidance. This is something that I don't think anybody can ever prepare you for marriage. You're going to always face new situations. However, a person can give you tools, but it's nothing like someone who's been through those type of situations, and they can help guide you through those different things that you may come about.
Yeah.
Someone who has actual wisdom, someone that you look to as far as how you would like to grow as a person. Because there's many people out there that's married, not necessarily who have successful or healthy marriages.
Right. Yeah.
And so at least having that one couple that you can go to.
That's good. That's good.
I think it's good. I think I was at church one day, and I don't remember what pastor, but they was just saying how important like your circle is, right? And your circle shouldn't comprise of just people who are like just on your level,
Right.
because your circle kind of reflects who you are and where you can go in life. So you should always have some people that are kind of at a higher level, and this can be in different avenues, like financially, in regards to relationships, spiritual growth, that you can look up to, that you
Absolutely.
can learn from. People on your level, like we're doing this together, we're doing life together, we're doing marriage together, and then also people that you feel like you can help. So I think it's awesome that you guys have that. You have at least one couple that you can go to and look to for advice and wisdom. And I think it's very important that it's not just words, but like we live through it. So
Right.
this is this is how it worked for us. So that's pretty good.
That's absolutely awesome. Yes. So, once again, everybody, this is the Just the Messenger podcast, where we are trying to change the world one message at a time. What's that message? It's the message of love, of hope, of joy, and of peace. And I thank y'all for coming. And for y'all, please believe there's a part 2.
There is a part 2. Well, let me see now. Is this the ring? It is. Okay, but go ahead and shine that ring. Go on and shine it. Hey,
I look at it every day. I love it every day.
And y'all been married how long now?
A year and 8-9 months.
I love it.
Yeah. So,
a year.
So, until next time, which is next week, you better join in. Selah.